Hello everyone, welcome to D&D Night. This is Journeys in Djruthourhi. I am your DM, Dumey, and I'm here with my friends tonight. We're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons, and a couple of announcements before we start. If you look at our streaming announcement right now in the notification everyone got, we have our public Discord up and ready, ready to accept new people and chatting and all kinds of things. There's all kinds of categories for the different worlds within our streaming universe, as well as something new called Interviews from the Void, which is a segment we're going to be working on some in-character interviews with some interdimensional being that is asking some pressing questions. If you have ideas for questions for that segment and you're a member of the Discord, you can go ahead and post suggestions down there in the comments section. We also have the YouTube channel, which is up and running. And for those of you who may not have noticed, we did change the Twitch name from my old moniker of Fire Tiger to Duo Gaming, so everything's official and ready to roll at this point. So make sure you check all of our socials, follow us, watch us, comment, subscribe, all the regular YouTube stuff, and retweet those Twitter notifications whenever you get them. Help us get some views. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get into our recap for the day. So last week in Journeys of Djruthourhi, we had begun with the Festival of the Sylvari. Kev Corvus had led the group up to the temple, and Lanier had tested a potion on a patron within the bar. It created some chaos, and after a bit of persuasion and some clever disguising, we were left with the dangerous potion tester kind of sequestered away from the event, Lanier poised and ready to do the important lighting of the torch, and our crafty rogue Saren somehow tripped herself into dancing during the ceremony. With the ceremony going on without a hitch, they told the story of the Sylvari, and Kev Corvus unveiled the loadstone, which is their town artifact. With some chatting between the group, everyone began to head back to the inn for the night. A few people want to go searching for our potion tester, and there are some other things on our characters' minds. So without any further delay, let's open up at the Gentle Voice with Light's Gambit. Alright everyone.
Who wants to go?
I was going to say, you are in the Gentle Voice. Some of you are preparing to bed down for the night, and some of you have other things in mind. So what are we going to do?
Hawks.
Yes.
Alright. We just read this note. This is, we have to wait till the others are back to tell them about this. Are you? I gotta remember this. Great. And you faint. What did you say about faint edge again? You did you tell me something about it?
He's now the magister, or he's now the magister of the Adventurers Guild, which pretty much makes him our boss.
That I regret asking to be reminded of, but that with just means no. What the hell are they hiding?
I don't know. Probably something maybe to do with those crazy monster things that are obsessed with, well, my god, the mighty Ixen.
That is an interesting thought.
Maybe they're Ixen followers too.
Do you talk to your god? Or patron, or...
All the time, even when I don't realize I am.
Does he often answer you?
He does at times.
You think he might answer you if you were to ask him about their involvement?
That I'm not sure. Ixen works in mysterious ways.
Does Ixen tell you things in riddles?
Maybe? Why?
Odds and riddles. Well, just... Maybe we could try something. Maybe... Is Kyrie still in the building, do you know? Do you know which room she's in?
I don't know.
You probably would have remembered that Aelin and Kyrie were running off to try and,
Oh yeah, they went off to follow the bomb person.
They found Lanyard? Or...
I thought Lanyard was going to bed.
Oh, so they went to go find the guy that Lanyard gave the potion to.
Yeah, someone's got to find them because, you know, Lanyard don't care.
That's very true. Well, maybe tonight, maybe before we go to sleep, maybe you should see if Ixen will give you some kind of answer about, or hint or something. I might attempt to ask Bahamut, but he likes riddles, it feels like. Answers are never clear.
Maybe I'll pray for him to give me a straight answer instead of riddles. It'll make my brain hurt.
Yeah. I still remember the last time I talked to Bahamut. It was this big... There was all these dragons lined up and then he slowly disappeared. I still don't fully understand that one.
Why do our gods have to be so cryptic about everything?
Because then we find the answer and they can't just hand it to us, because then what's the point of just handing us the answer?
But they're gods.
I
They
do, but
know everything.
they can't really meddle in our affairs if you want to get technical. They can
Says who?
guide
Who said
them.
Ugh. I think they're just being lazy.
No. You say that before you predict Ixen. He's good luck.
Very fair.
Yeah. Eligos is going to go off to her little side. And she's just going to sit on the edge of the bed, clutching her pendant. And she's going to attempt to see if Bahamut says anything. Or just try to, like, gather all the facts in her head if she can.
Okay.
Trying to make sense of everything that's going on. If Bahamut talks to her, cool. If not, well, she wouldn't be surprised.
Alright, before we get into nighttime god discussions, we'll let everybody else get their evening conversations in. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, anyone else?
Where is Awesome currently?
I imagine Odd would have probably hung out in like the neutral area for a while and then went up to the room to power down.
Okay.
Odd is currently quote unquote sleeping, though Odd doesn't sleep.
Power down.
Right.
Sleep mode activated.
Yeah, I'm on sleep mode. My eyes glow a different color. That's how you know.
They slowly glow in and go blank, and then glow, and then turn off, and then glow.
So you're saying they flash slowly?
I'm saying if you look for Morse code, you might find something there. I don't know.
Stay the hell away.
Leave alone.
But they're kind of like in a twilight era, essentially, when they power down, so they can kind of always be woken up. That's why they're so apt to volunteer to go on extra long watches.
Okay.
So if you need them, you can go wake them, unless they have specified prior, which they have not.
I was just gonna go up to Odstom and just
Poked me?
yeah.
That is rude. I don't poke your flesh sack when you sleep.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't think you could feel it.
Can I help you?
Sure. Do you sweat by chance?
No, I do not have pores.
But technically, there's some sort of lubrication going on within those gears.
Technically, you know nothing about how I was made.
Lena takes out like a little clockwork thing. Is like, actually, I make quite a bit of these.
I am powered by magic, not by oil. That's why I do not have to regularly lubricate my joints.
Okay. And then Lena's just gonna turn around and try to fight Garganoth.
Okay.
Well, I'm right next to you.
Son of Daniel.
He's Garth is right there.
Hello, it is I, Garganoth, son of Daniel.
Garganoth, son of Daniel. Do you sweat?
Oh yes, quite a bit, especially during battle or when I drink or when I think too hard, actually. Now that I think about it, Garganoth starts sweating.
I was about to say, I see a little trickle on your brow. It is glistening.
Garganoth, are you thirsty?
Well, for what exactly? Blood? Victory? Ale? Glory?
Sure.
I'm in. What are we doing?
So I'm too tired to help them. But I think I need to find a person or animal or living creature that sweats to find the extent of what that guy is currently dealing with. Would you like to drink a potion?
Garganoth slowly looks towards Odd for like approval or if this is a bad idea.
Lanier's looking at Odd and just shitting, like nodding his head, like say yes.
I don't feel like I should moderate this interaction. What is
Well,
the beverage?
Well, just a little bit of retcon though. Would Odd have been not with the group as the shenanigans went on?
What's that?
Or
That's a
was
good
Odd
question,
there?
Odd. Would you have been at the ceremony?
I imagine that if everyone was there, I guess Odd would have been there.
For input.
Gotcha. So you would have known about the potion that
Oh.
Lanier concocted and the person who was running around.
Don't drink
spreading-
that. I like you, and I don't want you to die.
Garganoth blushes. Odd, that is so sweet of you. I treasure our friendship too. Lanier, this sounds like an adventure, and I love adventures. What do you need me to do?
Lanyard is gonna get the biggest smile on his face. Like, if I give you a potion, you start sweating gasoline. Can we collect that gasoline, put it into vials, and then we'll see how long you actually take? Maybe we can fill up the bathtub. We can kick Hawks out of the bathtub. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have so much of this flammable
How
liquid.
do we make him sweat and then not have friction, and then the friction not, get hot, and then the gasoline not catch, and then he not get caught on fire? I don't like
Argonauts,
this.
maybe you. I mean, Lanyard, maybe you don't like me very much, but it sounds like this could kill me.
Just
Garganoff?
quick point of order. Unless Lanyard just created the term gasoline out of something, that substance doesn't exist in this world, so just keep that in mind. Continue.
No, yeah, the gasoline was a description.
Because you could have named it anything you like.
You're right. It's guzzling.
Yes, correct. So this flat. I could have sworn I said flammable liquid. If I said gasoline, that was my bad.
You're fine. You're fine.
Lanyard's just gonna go. Why would I not like the person who's willing to take this potion for me?
That's not what I asked.
Are you not? Change of plans. We are a dynamic trio. He's gonna point out Odd. He's gonna point at Garganoff and go, "We solved the mystery about possums together."
Okay.
Adept detectives. Mm-hmm.
We have to be a detective or detectives to find a resolution to this potion.
So back to. Did you have a plan B? Like, is there an animal that this can work on, or?
Do we know if any animal sweats?
I mean, lots of animals sweat. I'm sure.
You hear the voice of Kalen floating through the air. No, they don't.
Maybe we didn't think this through very well. Maybe I didn't think this through very well.
Do you think that hawks sweats a lot because they're from the water, or not at all?
That's all ocean.
Lanyard is gonna get excited and say we should go ask and investigate.
Would he sweat underwater too?
Or would you sweat because you're drying out on land?
Would his sweat be considered wet? Oh my god, I have so many questions.
So many questions.
Garganoff starts to sweat as he thinks about all the possibilities.
Don't show him up. Lanyard won't let you. Lanyard won't let you not drink the potion if you show him excess of sweat.
The more you sweat, the better it is.
All right, let's go see Hawks, I guess. Unless that's not the plan.
We shall find Hux. Hopefully. If he ever talks about Ixen.
There can only be so many bathtubs, so.
You guys going down the hallway?
Yes. We'll also go down the hallway to find Hawks.
Just for my personal knowledge, would y'all roll just a perception check for me?
Oh, no. We're about to start going to a random adventure, aren't we? 25.
Looking for my perception.
Woo!
Okay.
He's thinking of all the sweat possibilities from Hawks.
Oh, it's great.
So, Odd and Gar, as you guys are headed down the hallway, because you guys are at the start of the hallway on the right, and Hawks, Saren, and Mally's room is at the end of the hallway on the right. As you begin taking your way to Hawks' room, Odd and Gar, you get that little like perception in your brain, like you think you saw something move out of the corner of your eye, but whenever you turn around, it's just kind of your shadow melding with another shadow as you go down the hall from the torchlight.
Okay.
It's just little trick of the eye kind of thing.
Argonaut's gonna look around after seeing that and then just look at his party members with a cocked eyebrow, not really saying anything, but seeing if anyone else notices it.
Odd's head is like swiveling back and forth really fast to see if I like catch anything.
Give me
Lanier
Did you
is
see that too?
like Lanier is playing with his fingers, like doing that evil, like pinky ring finger thing with both hands, just like.
Odd, am I crazy, or did you sense something too?
It's like something is just a half second faster than my head.
I think we should. Do you think it's anything worth checking out, or
Would we
for another
be
time?
a detective agency if we didn't?
Gargonaut says, "Good point," and then he'll like suddenly turn around and plant his feet and be like, "Gotcha!" Not really talking to anyone or anything.
Give me an investigation check.
Argonaut.
Okay.
Now give
Count
me
the
an
shadows.
intimidation check. Okay. So, Gar, as you and Odd talk this over for a second, and Lanier continues going down the hall, preoccupied with his evil schemes,
They're not evil, they're just curious.
Gar, you jump and turn, and the sound of your boots on the hardwood floor, as you call out, there's a bit of a scurrying sound in one of the little dark corners of the hallway, and you see these little gray feet kind of scamper across the floor. It was just a mouse.
Jeffrey?
It does not
Who's
seem to answer
Jeffrey?
to that name.
Oh, nothing. Sorry. I got some weird flashback. I don't know why I said Jeffrey out loud. I don't know. What do you think?
I turn around the other way really quick, and I'm like, "Gotcha!"
Lanier jumps and goes, "I didn't do anything."
It were only thoughts.
Did I get anything?
Give me investigation and intimidation again.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
intimidation is.
Right, it's right.
Let's go.
Okay.
You're full detective mode right now.
Yes.
Wow.
Lanier is
Odd is
trembling in his
ready.
boots right now.
Oddstum, as you turn, kind of mimicking Garganos moves, as soon as your feet like hit the floor and you shout out your call, your battle cry, just like with Garganoth, you hear a little bit of scratching, like scampering, and while this time you're looking up the more lit side of the hallway, the scampering and the scratching seems to just be like behind the baseboard. But to your ear, it sounds similar as to what Garganoth had experienced.
I think we paid too much to sleep in a rat-infested inn.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Good to know that we still got it, though.
I just wanted to talk to Hawks. You don't have to call me a rat.
Just call it like we see it, as detectives.
Lanier
Good
stops
work,
moving
everyone.
and just gives Odd the stink eye.
Don't be mean.
Anyways, We're gonna knock on Hox's room.
Okay.
Make sure you tell Hawks everything, okay? Don't leave anything out. This could affect them.
Knock, knock, Hawks.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm in the water right now.
There's no bathtub in your room.
Oh, I thought there was for some reason.
No.
Hawks has built himself a
We-
bathtub.
I think we joked about getting you a bucket full of water or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, anyways, yes? What do you want?
Are you thirsty?
Lanyard.
Is that Lanyard? Lanyard,
Oh
I
no.
do not want anything to do with your damn experiment.
Well, we tried.
Why would you try that on your own party members?
I don't
was told
think
I can't
you
use it.
sold it well enough.
Out of character, because I was told not to use it on random people.
Oh no, that was Malagos. Malagos is in the same room as Hawks.
Oh, I didn't realize that. You told me. You guys told me not to try it on random people.
That doesn't mean to use it on me.
Gargonoth starts sweating profusely. Wait, what if we offered to pay the person that you gave this to, and then we do some tests on them?
Ooh, and they sign a waiver, so they can't sue you.
Yes, they can sign papers and wave at people. Wonderful. It'll
I
be great.
like it, and I think I can forge a paper for that person that drank, so that way I don't get in trouble either. I mean, that person whoever made him drink that potion doesn't get in trouble.
Can we hear this from our room? Because the door's not open yet, is it?
I mean,
We're not being quiet at all.
no, they're standing right outside your room talking.
Lanyard, stop
Yes?
trying to find loopholes in the law.
Pretty sure that wasn't a loophole. That's pretty much breaking the law.
He's not wrong.
All right then. Then you're just gonna turn around to Auden and Gargonoth and be like, "Well, I'm out of ideas. I don't know who else I could try this."
Why don't we try what? Ooh, why don't we put up a sign on a job board and say one guinea pig? No, that's not right. One brave soul wanted.
Hey, wait a minute, I'm brave.
Yeah, but you don't want to be a part of this.
I open the door and say, give me that potion.
I haven't made it yet.
It's
Oh. Well, then that kind of defeats the purpose.
And then it goes like, "Why does everybody assume that I always have potions ready?"
you
Because
normally
you're
do.
supposed to be a genius.
We assumed you
you
were
have, like-
professional.
30 things on your belt right now?
Yes, this is my hammer. This is my other hammer. These are my clamps. These are my other clamps. These are my left clamps. These are my right clamps. Do you want me to get me on?
No.
And this one is my frog vial.
You're
It's a frog
what?
vial.
It's a vial with a frog in it.
Oh,
What did... I'm not even gonna ask. There's too many things with you.
I don't know if I should take offense to
Fine,
That's up
just
to
let me
you.
know when it's made.
Are you sure you should do that, Hawks?
that. Do you sweat?
I need a brave soul. I'm a brave soul.
Do you sweat?
I mean, yes. Doesn't everyone?
what about when you're underwater?
Yeah.
Alright.
How can you tell you're sweating if you're surrounded by liquid?
Are you sure you really want to see that?
No, that's why I
you-
asked you for a verbal explanation.
It's called mucus.
Interesting.
Mucus. Well, see, I had an idea.
So,
Maybe
is your land sweat mucus?
No, that would just be weird.
I was going to say lanyard, then you could weaponize mucus and it's way more sticky.
okay, but in case it doesn't work with sweat, maybe we should try it on something else that's mucus related, like this frog, which I was told also does mucus by Kalen. Because
Are
if
you
it kills
comparing me to
someone,
a
I don't want
frog
to kill
now?
him yet.
What do you mean yet?
Well, we don't know because then I would, if for example, if I feed the potion to this frog and like he's just like holding the frog up to his face and just like talking directly to the frog, it's just like if I feed the potion directly to this frog and this frog explodes because it cannot sweat it out and instead it's like doing something internal where it's just bloating up, and then explodes. It was like a giant bomb that took out, I don't know, 3/4 of a city or something of the sort. Then that would be great weaponization of this. However, we don't want to make that big of an explosion with him. However, we can do something small like this. Now, if it starts secreting mucus that's explosive, we can harvest it out of him, and then we'll know it works.
What's the
So,
harvest
like-
procedure?
So if I explode, would you say I'm dynamite?
At this point, does it really matter? We can kill him and harvest it. I mean, I think that's a plus.
Whoa! Hey, you are not.
I hope
me.
he's talking about the frog.
Oh yes, definitely the frog. Definitely, I definitely.
Okay.
You're already the bomb, Hawks.
Oh, thank you.
So why
I
don't
know,
we revisit this?
I know a werewolf who thinks I am.
Do werewolves sweat?
Well,
You're not testing it on Jessamine.
Are you really brave enough to try it on Jessamine?
How
Is she
exactly
brave
are you
enough?
planning to get to Jessamine?
You're not there.
Good question. Maybe we should put this on hold and just start with the frog.
The frog you have right now, try with the frog.
That might be wise, honestly.
But he's been with me so long.
Do you not want to do it? Well, if you don't want to do it with the frog, I got nothing for you.
Why would you want to do it to me if you don't
It's
want
okay.
to do it to the frog?
The frog, because the frog doesn't speak about Ixen all the time.
That's not fair to want to make him a test subject just because he talks about his god.
That's rude.
Though you could turn down the Ixen thing around.
It's not about talking about your god. It's going on and on and on about your.
What about the mighty Ixen and all the mighty things he
And
does?
Melica's gonna slam her hand against his mouth. And, nope. That's just gonna
He's
hold.
gonna be like, I will make the potion, and if you feel like drinking it, I'll give it to you right now. We can do this today.
Her hand is still over the mouth.
All right. Linger's gonna look at Otsum, and he's gonna look at Garganoth and be like, so we have a plan. The detectives will investigate what the effects of this potion are on a frog, and then weaponize the mucus. Hopefully.
Great idea.
You guys are
And
doing the
then-
detective thing again?
we will escalate to human testing.
I like the thing.
I'm concerned.
I mean, I'm not human per se, you know.
Humanoid testing.
I am
I like the way you
concerned.
We shall start the testing tomorrow.
As you all are
Oh
standing out
no.
in the hallway, the door next to Hawks and Malagos's opens. There is a green-skinned goblin standing there, and she's wearing this long, kind of woolen nightshirt, and she's
It's a moo with feathers.
Yes. it's a goblin and a moo. And she's kind of rubbing her ears, and she looks up. You know, Not to be rude, but if you're gonna be out here talking in the hallway, could you not be so loud?
Oh,
Do you
sorry,
sweat?
sorry.
Sorry, ma'am. And Mallory's gonna be like, get here, get.
Thank you. Some of us are trying to sleep.
You're
May the
welcome!
Savari's blessings and all that, whatever. And she kind of walks back in, yawns, and closes the door.
Do you think she wants a potion to drink?
Like her.
What?
No.
Fine.
Do
Let's
different
stick to it.
humanoids sweat differently? Like, is all sweat clear or mucusy? Does someone sweat neon orange?
Possibly, I don't really know.
I don't
Maybe-
understand how this works.
We should really get our beater rest if we want to start experimenting tomorrow. It's going to be a long day.
Maybe we should follow that goblin's idea and take a rest. Go to sleep. Can we put a pin in this for tonight and just figure it out tomorrow?
I'm yawning, heading back to my bed to basically try and pray while crisscrossed on the bed.
Leonard, can you promise not to test on anyone tonight? Just
Tonight, I will not test on anyone.
okay. We should all get some rest before tomorrow.
Tomorrow's gonna be a blast.
You're still out
Yes, it will.
there.
No, I pulled them in. No, I got them
Drink
into the
this
room.
Time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Valley just ushered everyone into the room and shut the door.
Okay. Sorry, didn't know.
Wow, your neighbors are nosy.
I know,
We're
eavesdropping,
being-
just, my goodness.
We're being a little loud. Let's come on, bed with all of you, bed. And she starts shooing everyone.
You just
That's
put
like-
us in here. Now we're going out. This is so
Because we said
confusing.
we'll talk about this tomorrow. That we need some sleep before tomorrow.
The tech club should
Malagos-
not be treated this way.
This is a roller coaster of emotions, I must say.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm very tired, and I still have things I have to do before bed.
Is it your skincare self-love routine? How many steps is it?
Yes, and it's 15. So good night.
15.
Shh.
I need a segment where we go over Malagos' skincare routine. Chalk that down. Somebody put that on the schedule.
Like, now I'm gonna have to make this up.
Make sure you keep it down. Some people are trying to sleep, Melagos, okay?
Yes. Don't be
Malagos
too
is gonna-
loud when you're praying.
Let's not be rude to the
Get out.
neighbors.
Out, all of you, out.
As Linear goes across the door with the goblin back to the room, he's gonna put down a little clockwork bird that he created in front of the door.
You're doing what?
I've created like a little clockwork bird. That's one of my
Okay.
fingers, and I put it in I've had these in my bag of holding,
Uh-huh.
and I'm grabbing one out of the bag of holding and putting it in front of the door with the goblin.
Oh, okay. Does it do anything specifically yet?
It's just like a little bird, and it just I guess it just kind of spreads its wings and then goes back. So
Okay.
if there's nothing magical about it, it's just
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh no.
Okay. While we're still in this room, checking in on Saren real quick. Is she already in bed?
Is with Kaelin and Kyrie headed towards the shrine.
looking for some trace of oil slick from the sky.
Oh, yes, those three actually are out and about.
I'm trying to help her. This is Darren's attempt at doing something good.
Okay.
I'm
Alright,
proud of you.
before we get into that,
Not gonna last.
Malagos or Hawks, which one of you would like to go into commune mode
Go.
first?
Go, Hawks, go. Let's
Okay.
see how this goes for you.
Okay,
Oh boy, okay.
so we'll get to Kaelin, Kyrie, and Saren in a moment. So as Lanyard, Garganoth, and Oddstum leave Hawks, Saren, and Malagos' room, they head back to their own. And inside of the room they had just left, Hawks prepares himself to speak with the being that he has made a pact with. And Hawks, walk us through how that process goes.
Okay, well, I am in kind of like a meditative pose with like fingers or with fingers kind of pinched together. Sorry, I'm pushed to talk.
That's alright.
And I am just basically imagining through my mind's eye where Ixen might be in the void.
Okay. Are you, like, focusing through your spell focus or anything like that? And if so, what does that appear to be?
It would be a skeleton of a fish
Okay. Alright.
that I put on the bed, and I am focusing on it.
Alright, Hawks. As you begin this meditation and you begin to focus inward, reaching for a remnant of this power that you have been lent by this being which you have a pact with, the first change that occurs to you is you begin to smell the sea. It's a familiar scent, that of your home. You've been far from the sea recently, and this comes back with a flood of emotions and a bit of serenity that you haven't felt for a while. As
A tear is falling down visibly on my eye.
Okay. And as you feel this, you feel yourself falling. Falling quickly, falling backward. And for the moment you're in darkness until you feel your body splash against the warm ocean behind you. And you hear the crash of waves before your head sinks beneath them and into the muffled sound of the water swishing around you. And you feel this wetness and this warmth like an embrace. And you almost kind of succumb to that comfort until it's all pulled away. And in that same moment, you're launched upward, far above the waves, and you see the ground below you getting smaller and smaller, faster and faster, as the waves are gone, the beach is gone, the mountains, you're past those, the clouds whiz by your face, and soon the world, the planet, is just the size of a ball within your gaze. And still pulling outward, as the rings of this sphere spin and twirl, and you see the two moons that circle around this ball. And in your vision, it's almost like they're going fast and going slow at the same time, both spinning and standing still. And it's a contradiction, and your brain has a problem with it, but at the same time, it does make sense. You feel yourself in this void, stars all around and nothing all around. And what you believe to be where you came from turns, and you look into this endless black. You see nothing at first, and then you see a light in the distance, and either the light is getting bigger or you're getting closer, and it's coming fast, and it's growing to fill your entire vision, and then it stops. Your feet touch something solid, and you're no longer floating, you're standing on this solid surface that swirls with all the colors that you've ever seen in the water or on land, and colors that you haven't seen before and don't even have a word for in your mind. As you stand there, you see only the colors, and then on the edge of this platform you're standing on, or this surface, you see figures on either side. You see orcs, you see humans, you see tieflings, you see humanoid figures, you see quadrupeds, you see all these creatures, and they stand in almost a shimmering but darkened silhouette, all facing your direction, but you can't see the features that they express. You feel a sensation of being tilted back, and as you look from these figures on either side, you look down the center of this platform, and you see one figure standing out among all the rest. There, against the light that you saw, you see this amorphous shape, somewhat humanoid, but at the same time, it could be anything. So far off in the distance that you feel almost like that if you were to speak to it, you would shout. But instead, you hear its voice, and it whispers to you. What is it that you seek, Hawksley?
I seek the purpose of the church. What are they hiding?
You get this sense of stillness, and you start to hear whispers from all of the figures that stand around you. The whispers you can't quite comprehend, but it's just soft sounds here and there, as if they're conversating with each other and with you. And as this wave of sound starts behind you and begins working its way through all of these figures until it has centered on the one before you, that is when you hear the answer. The church is not all that it seems. While it is created purposefully to bring order, it will in fact bring about chaos. This, in all things, is neither good nor bad. For it is I who creates everything and brought everything in motion. Hawksley, what power do you seek? And why do you seek it? In the name of this church? In the name of stopping this church? In service to me? Or service to yourself? What answers do you bring the Ixen? And what answers do you seek?
Ox's mind is just hurting at this point, but I seek the power to protect my friends. I wish to become much more powerful than I already am so that I may protect them as we go throughout this world.
Protection. Such a futile and admirable desire. But tell me, Huxley, if I were to wish to remove one of your friends, do you truly think that you would have the power, whether mine or your own, to stop me?
I do not have the power to stop you.
Would
Or
you stop
anything
me?
is in your great design. I would be sad, but I would understand.
And there's a sigh that goes, once again, like a wave, starting behind you in the furthest of these figures and culminating in what you assume to be the vision of Ixen before you, or the representation of such. Yes. You still have not decided on your true purpose. Huxley, I will give you this answer. But in return, our bargain must shift.
What is it that you want from me?
There is a force. One inadvertently created by us. One we do not have direct control upon. You will meet this force. We have seen it. And when that time comes, a sacrifice must be made. Give us this oath, and I will give you the answer you look for.
I would like to shift my side of the bargain as well. If I have to give up something, I might as well gain something as well.
Huxley,
Please allow me to...
give me a charisma check. No, sorry, no. Persuasion check. You are a charisma class, but persuasion check. 18. Keep in mind you're rolling against a god here. Huxley, for a moment, the figure gets further away. Almost like you're being drawn away from this meeting that you've called. And then suddenly, the figure is seemingly feet from you. It's hard to tell because perspective and size is all relative in this place. The little Triton has finally found his backbone. Tell me what it is you wish to change, and we may ponder it.
The sacrifice cannot be one of my party, and I would like some kind of protection to be able to fight closer up.
Greed is such an interesting emotion. Something we didn't quite expect when we created sentience. But it makes things interesting all the same. When this sacrifice makes itself apparent, you will have a choice, Huxley. This is all I can give. For part of our pact is you proving your devotion to that which created all. As for your protection, continue your deeds within my name, and we shall ponder your worth for such a gift. Now, you have your question. Do you still wish the same answer?
The same answer?
You're met with silence, Hawks. You're left to interpret this however you like.
I will make that choice. In your name, mighty Ixen.
Then I ask again, what is the answer you're looking for?
The answer I'm looking for is what exactly is the church up to? Help us to bring about the end of this church.
The end of this church is not something I will have a direct hand in. That is why I bring you to the table, Huxley. However, what we can talk is why. When we created this world, this cosmos, 11 guardians were made from the dust. The 11th, both proud and envious, sought power from the dark. Flames of shadow enveloped and brought about the Exodus. The church wishes to bring about this black flame once more. You have your answers. I grow tired of mortal games. Remember our bargain, Hawks. Remember, and be fruitful in my ways. And Hawksley, as he says that, the figure seems to turn, and you feel that draw pulling back as the light winks out, and in a jarring jolt, almost like you've just been cast out of a room with the door slammed in your face, you find yourself in this wooden room within an inn, sitting, no water, no warmth, no smell of the sea, no nothing. except a cold chill that runs up your spine and a bit of sweat upon your brow.
Okay.
So he does sweat.
I said I sweat.
Sorry.
Ox wakes up and nearly falls off the bed.
Dexterity save. So, Hawks,
Okay,
you
well,
kind of have the sensation when you wake up. It's kind of the reverse of like falling in a dream and waking up. If that makes any sense to your brain.
that makes no sense to my brain, but I'll go with it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm like, whoa, so much information. And I look at Malios and see if she's able to be talked to without interrupting her prayers.
She's sitting on the edge of the bed, like her hands clasped around her holy symbol, and she just is still. Eyes closed.
I'm gonna poke its forehead.
Okay. Before we resolve that, let's do the
Do the other
Malagos
thing.
thing. We'll do the Malagos thing, then we'll check on Kyrie, Saren, and Kaylin, and then we'll resolve that. So, because we got a bunch of stuff going on here. So Malagos, as Hawks is getting ready and sitting in his meditative state and holding this skeletal fish within his hands, what are you doing to prepare?
Oh, that's how she was preparing. She's sitting on the edge of the bed, hands around. She's just quietly reciting one of the prayers to Bahamut.
Okay.
Thinking of a question. Who is the biggest threat right now from the church?
Give me a religion check.
I really should be better at these. Oh, I am better at these. Huzzah!
23. Okay, Malagos, as you prepare yourself and hold this question in your mind, you reach out through your holy symbol, waiting to feel that familiar embrace of Bahamut's wings. And this warmth indeed kind of brushes by your back like a warm summer's breeze. And with your mind's eye, you see these clouds as swirling colors seem to create lightning between the surfaces of the clouds. And though you don't see the figure of Bahamut itself, you do see shimmers of scales and a bit of a wing as this being seems to flit and soar through these hindering clouds. Thunder rolls and lightning sparks in multicolors. And as you hold this question in your mind, a deep, booming voice calls out, "Speak, child. What do you seek?"
The church is a threat. I need to know which of them to worry about. Who do I need to stop?
And Malagos, there's a bit of a rumbling at this question, and you almost sense anger as this is asked.
Oh no.
And that warmth gets a little cooler, not as warm, just a little cooler as the storm seems to swirl and the clouds darken just a touch. You bring me questions of a church when there are more pressing matters.
That answers my question. To not worry about the church right now. To focus on these more pressing matters. That, in a way, is an answer. I feared they were behind. They might have been what was causing these bigger matters. Are they not?
And the storm seems to calm a touch. And there is a silence, as almost as if waiting for something more from you. Malagos, as you gather your thoughts, you begin to see images of what you talked about last time. You're standing there with those same dragons circling you, looking down at you in all the colors. Just staring down at you, waiting.
See the dragons, and you showed me how they one by one disappeared. The red destroyed black, and then black fell and burst into shadowy flame. Red rides, flames leave. But then the red turned into black. Gold or thorn, no, that's something. The scarred trees reaching for passerbyers. The castle carved of stone.
And as you play these thoughts through your mind, you see it again. Everything that you spoke of, you see the trees with branches like hands reaching out to grasp and claw. You see the gates of the castle carved from the stone. But there's something more. And the clouds are kind of billowing in front of you. And within the clouds you see 3 tiny lights, almost within reach.
Does one of those lights look different?
Different how?
Are those supposed to represent the keys of Turnock?
Perhaps.
Is this the same tower you showed me before, the tall black one made of men?
You don't see the tower from before. Not yet. But just those lights dancing in front of your face. Would you like to do it?
I noticed... I want to take a closer... She wants to take a closer look at the lights. Like, are they different colors?
They're obscured by the clouds right now.
She get closer to... Can she reach out the touch one?
Yes.
The middle one?
As you reach out and through the clouds and reach for this light, you feel something warm touch your hand. And as you pull back, you see just this small little dragon perched, sitting there staring back at you.
What color is the dragon?
It is blue.
What is it perched on?
The back of your hand.
Am I allowed to touch the far right one?
You can.
I touch it.
Are you gonna... You reach out, and as you reach back into the clouds, both lights come to your hand. And as you look down, you see 3 tiny dragons. A gold, a blue, and an almost bronze color.
I think I get what you're telling me. The keys are the more pressing matter. She's seen the picture. I'm assuming Malagos would remember because I think she has the paper with the picture on it. The star spotter, the more pressing issue. We barely beat them the last time. How am I supposed to protect everyone from them if we could barely beat them the last time we faced them?
One needs not win in battle to win the war.
So we have to outsmart them. We just have to find the other two keys before they do. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what we have to rush to do?
You feel like a warm ray of sun shines upon your face.
Find the other two keys before they do. That shouldn't be too difficult.
And as you say that, the 3 little dragons on the back of your hand fly off. And they swirl around you for a moment before just taking off like a straight shot back into the clouds. And as all 3 disappear in the clouds, you see a shadow as lightning strikes. And once again, you see that tower. But just as the lightning strikes, the shadow is gone. And as the clouds begin to fade, and the representation of Bahamut seems to fly and soar far from your vision, that warmth swirls around you one more time before you feel the poke of someone's finger on your forehead.
Did you have to poke me?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. What did you learn?
Before you guys go into that, we're gonna take our 10-minute break. Then we're gonna deal with the other stuff that happens at night with our trio.
It's a perfect.
And then we'll come back to all that. So break, then our trio, and then the culmination of what people have learned. This will give you guys time to kind of soak it in. We are back. We've left Hawks and Malagos in the room after having spoken to their higher powers. And now we're going to look for Saren, Kaylin, and Kyrie. Having left the ceremony and come back to town, you 3 have hatched a plan, and it's time for you to continue.
We are going to wander through the main town strip looking for... When I say I mean Kaylin having help.
So heading up towards the shrine, keeping our eyes peeled for signs of the fluid and also signs of panic.
Okay.
Smoke and flames too.
And flames as well.
And smoke.
Okay.
And we're moving fairly quickly.
One of you can have an investigation check with advantage.
I think that should be you.
Okay.
Well done. So as you 3 make your way back up the path, you do pass a few stragglers who are kind of taking their time coming down. A couple of them are a little drunk, stumbling down with the help of a friend or a family member. But as you guys make about halfway back up the trail, you haven't seen anybody in some time. But where you see the shrine, you still see the flickering of lamps or torches. And Saren, as you're investigating and just keeping an eye out for any sign of this strange fluid that Lanyard has inadvertently discovered. You haven't seen much of anything. However, with such a high investigation roll, what you do see are tiny little footprints. 2 toes, very small. And they you come to a spot where there's a whole bunch of them that have kind of crossed the path.
Are they those little fucking grey things from the Magister's office?
I don't know. Are they?
I've seen them before. Are they the same thing?
Have you seen their tracks before?
No, I followed the tracks. You said there was a whole group of them, or do you mean
There's
there's
a
a whole
group of tracks.
Go ahead, Kaylin. Give me survival. Actually, no. Sorry. Give me nature. Nature makes more sense. Survival would be to find and determine the direction of the tracks.
You need to have proficiency.
I don't need to help you.
Well, hell.
You're bad.
So, Kaylin, as you're checking out these tracks and kind of going through your mental catalog, first you think maybe a bird, but they're not side by side like bird hops. They're actually left and right steps. And they're not very heavy, obviously. They're not very big. Well, Kaylin having never seen those things or seen tracks of those things, the best you'd be able to do, Kaylin, with such a high roll, and the best I can tell you is these tracks are something you've not seen before nor come across in your time.
I take a sketching down quickly before continuing on.
Okay.
Do you want to follow the track?
No. As interesting as this may be, we have a more pressing issue of trying to make sure the city doesn't burn down. By all means, go follow the tracks in the soil. I'm gonna go stop a great fire of Have.
If I'm not back by dawn, it should be fine. And I'm gonna follow the tracks of the little monsters.
Sorry, Dumey.
How many times are we going to split the party? Alright, it's fine. This is what I live for.
Don't you know? You never split the party.
Okay.
Apparently this group does it all the time.
Here we go. Okay.
Now, Kyrie, you split in the other direction and check out the lake.
Yeah, Saren track where they're going, Kyrie check where they've been.
Oh, near the lake?
No, I didn't say that. As Saren wanders off the trail into the brush, I'm just feeling a little bit spiteful. Give me a dexterity save.
Saren, do not touch any weirdly floating branches or leaves.
Hello. You want me to do a dexterity check?
Save.
Save?
A little bit of your bottom of your pant leg gets ripped because you get caught on some briars or something. Doesn't hurt you though. Just a little DM spite there. Anyway, okay. So as Kyrie and Kaylin continue up the path, and Saren continues off the path, reaching the shrine, the torches are still lit, though they're kind of burning down. They're not made to light forever, as the shrine is only used for special things. There are a couple of the priestess/performers still about, not in their scant ceremonial costumes, but just dressed in regular clothes. However, they're identifiable by the silver scale talismans that are around their necks. What would you guys like to do within the shrine?
Galen, putting on a stunning smile, and then looking towards the other two, saying, "Are either of you good at talking to people?"
There's only one of you.
No. Kyrie?
Zaren's bad at talking to people, even if I was there.
I just realized we didn't bring anyone who's good at talking to people.
Well, that wasn't a great plan, huh?
Well, I mean, we are just wanting to find someone to prevent something bad from happening.
Well, I can try talking to people. I'm not the greatest at it, but, I mean, we don't want another thing to happen at the Capitol to happen. She says it a little quieter.
Well, how about we ask one of the dancers if they know where we can find someone in charge?
That sounds good. Kyrie's gonna kind of look around and see if she sees anyone.
Oh, there's 3 or 4 of the priestesses / performers just kind of lingering, talking with one another, cleaning up some things here and there, just getting the shrine back to its, normal cleanliness and presentability.
Okay, I'll go up to the biggest group of people who looks like they may know things.
Okay. And as you come up to them, they stop their conversation seeing you guys approach and turn in your direction. Oh, Silvari's blessings upon you this night. We hope you enjoyed the ceremony this evening.
Oh, it was lovely. Thank you. I have a question. The fellow who was supposed to light the fire tonight, do you happen to know where he lives? We need to check on him and make sure that he's all right.
Oh, yes, we had one of the other girls walk him back to his home. He lives not too far, just off the main way. I mean, if you really need, I can have someone write it down for you.
That would be amazing.
That would be really helpful.
Okay, just wait here for a moment. And she kind of excuses herself from the other attendant she's with and kind of walks off back into another part of the shrine. The one that's still there is kind of steps forward and hushes her voice a bit. Why are you so worried about him? You guys are new here. You don't know him.
Well,
it's our job to worry about people.
yeah. We try to make sure everywhere we go that everybody's okay, and he didn't seem to be looking the best, and I'm a cleric, so I just wanted to see if I can help.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Robert did say that he kind of smelled funny when he took him home, but I mean, he didn't say anything bad happened when he came back. I guess we can find him if you want to talk to Robert directly.
Yeah, we can talk to Robert, or as long as we can check on him and make sure he's okay. That's the main thing. Just, yeah, he definitely didn't smell right.
Okay, yeah, just, I guess wait here, and, I guess we'll both be back.
Hey, thank you so much.
And, as she too walks off, this time in a different direction, you guys are left in the shrine, pretty much alone at this point. The stage has kind of been disassembled and taken down. The floor has been swept up from like the bits remnants of the party and such. And the shrine itself is very plain and non obscene in any way. It's very simple in its construction and decoration, for that matter. It's built to overlook the lake off in the distance and the town below. And while the entire myth of the Sylvari, or the legend of the Sylvari, is based around dragons, or a dragon, the only representation of this in this shrine that you can see is the silvery wings that seem to encompass almost every depiction of this female figure. You don't see any vision of a true silver dragon. It's all this almost dragonborn-like form with wings and a tail, but still more human-esque than dragonborn, if that makes sense.
I wonder if Laveron would know more about this.
Oh, maybe. You could also talk to Malagos, see what she thinks.
Or perhaps tomorrow if she's up to talking.
Yeah. Maybe tonight when I go to bed I'll try to talk to her.
God speech number 3.
Yes. That's speech number 3. So, the first one to come back is the one that comes back with Robert. And Robert is a half-orc. And kind of the opposite of what you expect a half-orc to be. He's a bit short and a little bit scrawnier, with these with one tusk that points upward and one that points downward. As he walks up, he kind of extends a hand out very rigidly. I'm Robert, and I sweep the floors here, and, you know, pretty much the handyman. What is it you wanted to talk about?
I reach my hand out and shake hands with him. So you took a fellow home tonight who, smelled fairly odd. We just want to check on him and make sure that he's okay. I'm a cleric. It just was an unusual situation, so I just want to make sure he's okay.
Oh, you know, yeah, I took Oscar down to his house and, got him cleaned up best we could. I didn't want to put him in the bath because, you know, he's kind of had one too many, you know, and, you know, he might have drowned in his own tub, and that'd been hard to explain to everybody.
Yeah, that would be a terrible way to go.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, did you clean him up with rags then?
oh yeah. You know, I always carry a couple rags around in case something needs spit polished, you know. And he pulls out a rag from his pocket and spits into it, and kind of just like makes a motion like he's washing something with it.
Caleb leans over to Kyrie and says, "So just to recap, there is a pile of rags that are covered in an extremely flammable substance in a house, most probably made of wood, just off the main strip of town."
Is that right, yeah?
Robert's kind of leaning forward, kind of eavesdropping. Well, I wouldn't have left my rags back in the house. I got 'em right here. And he pulls 2 more rags out of his back pocket, and that familiar smell hits your nose.
You may want to wash those, like, right now.
Are you attached to them?
I mean, not particularly. It's not like no one sewed them into my hand or nothing.
May I have one?
Why?
I would like to demonstrate something for you, so that you know the direness of this situation.
Well, I suppose, they only give me so many rags around here, but I guess I can part with one of them. And he hands one of them over.
Kaylin is going to take the rag, walk a small distance away, make sure no one's around her, and then
Nothing flammable else either.
snap her fingers and light the bottom of the rag, and throw the rag up in the air.
And as you do, the orange flame quickly turns into that blue, almost, flame. And quickly the rag is engulfed. However, as you throw it up into the air, it just as quickly falls down to earth.
I'm gonna stomp it out when it's on the ground.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're gonna leave a burn mark on the floor? And I just washed them floors.
I use prestidigitation to clean the floor.
Alright. Well, I mean, it wasn't like he was... I mean, after I wiped him down, he smelled alright. I don't know. I mean... What's that supposed to show me?
Basically, he may still be flammable, and we just need to make sure that he's not. And if he is, we want to try to clear that of him so that he, his home, everybody around stays safe.
Well, I mean... I'm not really that as worried as you all seem to be, but... I mean, if you really need, I can take you down to his house, but... You gotta let me just put a couple things away before we leave.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. I'll finish up. Just, I guess wait here. I'll be back.
Okay.
From where we are, Kaylin is going to scan the horizon, scan like the town below, looking near Main Street.
Give me a perception check.
I like perception checks, dude.
Okay. Kaylin, as you look over from where you are in the shrine, this center chamber of the shrine, you realize that it's actually designed very smartly, as from where you're standing you can look in one direction and see the lake and the moon reflecting across the silvery pool, and just turning your head the other direction you can look down upon the lights of the town, almost as if the two are connected. And as you look upon the town and look at the glistening of the lamp lights and the streets and the windows that are starting to dim and darken here and there, you suddenly see a bright flash in the eastern corner of town, followed by, just a couple seconds later, a loud pop. It was just a firework, something left over from the celebration. Otherwise, everything looks calm for the moment.
Kaylin was about ready to try and teleport with no charges left in her helm.
Oh no.
Again, dangerous helmet.
let's go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I'll walk back over to Kyrie. I'll take a hand and look over the lake. That's it.
Oh, that's it. I was like waiting for something profound.
Nothing profound, just cute.
Why don't you both give me a perception check as you look over the lake?
Oh god.
Sounds good.
Where am I roughly on?
We're getting to you.
No, I'm just like feeling something ominous.
Kaylin, looking out over the lake, it's very serene, very calm, and nothing seems to disturb the surface of the water except for the light ripples from the breeze. And the water itself is so clear that you can, in the moon's light, you can almost see the light casting upon things deeper in the water. And for a split second in the middle of the lake, you almost seem to see something shining, reflecting the moon's light. But just as soon as it's revealed, it's vanished once again.
I think the dragon's still in the lake.
Huh. That would be pretty cool.
We haven't had a lot of luck with dragons.
Well, I mean, one, maybe two.
Yeah.
I mean, Samara still loves me, so I call that a win.
That's true. And as long as she continues to protect you, she'll have my favor.
Aww.
Pulling back from this sweet moment, we lift from the shrine up into the sky to look across the moon and then down into the brush along the edge of the cliff to find a small wood elf following tracks in the underbrush.
No, I was pretty certain during at some point when you said you looked over the lake and you see Seven fall into it after being clobbered on the head by something. I was waiting for it.
Not quite.
Don't tempt him.
So, Saren, this is gonna require a survival check to continue following these tracks.
Oh god. I'm a wood elf who doesn't like being in nature.
That's why you
I'm a
left.
wood elf who hates being in nature.
12. Okay. So yeah, due to the size of these tracks and the thickness of the underbrush, you find yourself taking a couple steps and peeling back the bushes and the thorns and the leaves, and you're looking around. It's like there's grass and there's dirt and there's a snail and a little trail the snail left behind, and there's some more of those tracks, and you take a few more steps in that direction, and again you peel back everything. Thorn pricked you in the arm. You're starting to curse yourself, and why did I do this by myself? And pull it back, and there's another set of the tracks. Okay, so let's keep going this way. And eventually, Saren, you come to the edge of the cliff where above you is the shrine, and below you is the town of Pav. And give me one more survival check. $13. Okay. So you're standing there on this bit of outcropping, and the tracks at your feet have kind of like spread out along the edge of this cliff face. And you're thinking for a moment and just looking, and then you see these little claw marks in the stone and the dirt, like something's climbing up this wall. And you see the two little fingers digging in, and you start to get a visual of whatever this is climbing up the cliff face, and your vision follows upward as you see the clear path that these things have taken. What would you like to do?
Are they climbing towards me?
They're climbing up from where you're standing currently.
Okay, so they're above me. How many are there?
You don't know how many there are, you're just seeing the tracks.
I'm gonna turn into a bat and fly up.
Okay. That's your cape's ability, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So as you use your cape and change into the form of a bat, you find it very difficult to take off from a standing point as a bat to go straight up.
Fruit bats are excellent climbers.
Bats are excellent climbers.
You're correct.
I'm gonna climb as a bat.
Give me a d20 roll.
Mm.
With advantage.
So I roll twice?
Yeah. So, Zarin, it doesn't go the way you thought it would. You turn into the bat, and being against the cliff face here, there's not much of a breeze. It's a rather calm day, and so you kind of open up your wings, and you're ready to fly, and you kind of glide down to the ground without harm. And you're a little bit put off by that for a second before you remember that that's what your claws are for. And you begin to climb up the side of this rock face. And it's rather easy, and you almost feel like it's easier in this form than it would have been in your elvish form with thumbs and more dexterity. And you're climbing up, and you're easily able to follow where the marks are, because bats aren't really blind. And climbing higher and higher and higher, and soon you find yourself where the cliff ends and the shrine begins. These tracks continue going up the side of the building, as you can see the little bits of mortar that have been pulled out from these claws, and the little scratches from where something lost its footing and continued climbing. Would you like to continue?
Yes.
Okay. Now, being this high up, you are feeling a little bit of a breeze. Would you like to climb, or would you like to fly?
I would like to fly.
You'd like to fly. So, pushing off from the wall and catching this breeze, you begin to fly up to follow the rest of these tracks. And just as you make your way up to this window where these tracks are moving towards, it's not like a glass window. It's a a hole in the side of a stonework building that's open, but high enough to where someone can't easily jump up to it. Would you like to go into the window, or would you like to do something else?
I'm gonna go through the hole.
You go through the hole. Flying through the port in the wall, you've entered this round room. It has a single door opposite the wall with the window, a very heavy looking door, and it is dark inside. And in the center of this room is a pedestal.
Can I see anything around the pedestal?
You see stone floors.
I'm gonna fly down to the pedestal and sit on the pedestal.
Okay. As you fly down and sit on the pedestal, there's a small pillow there with an indent in the center. Give me a perception check.
Does it rely on hearing?
No, relies on sight. You see that the pillow has been disturbed. There's small little wear in the fabric that could possibly match the claw marks and tracks you've been following.
Can I hear anything?
Give me a perception check with advantage on hearing. As you take a moment and just kind of calm your breathing and just start to listen, opening up those large bat ears, you hear footsteps coming in your direction. You hear a key being put into a lock. You hear the lock being turned. Give me a d20 roll. The door opens, and you see Kev Corvus there, and he's speaking with one of the other attendants. I just need to make sure that everything is set before we go home for the night, and once I do, we'll celebrate at home. And as he steps into the room, he stops and stares at the pedestal. What? The lodestone. It's gone. Sound the alarm. Ring the bells. We must find it immediately. And Saren, as he's looking around the room in this panic, he looks up and sees the bat. He raises his hand, and you see flame start to circle his fingers as he launches a firebolt in your direction.
Turn back into a human and go, we're friends.
How much AC does a bat have?
Not much.
Well, a bat has 12 AC and 1 hit point.
Fabulous.
So, Saren...
Crispy.
I would like to say I tried to turn into a human before it hit me.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to roll a dexterity save for him and a dexterity save for you, and whichever's higher gets it off first. Actually, no. Roll me your initiative.
Seriously? That's the most shit initiative I've rolled all year.
Yeah,
he could roll worse.
He got a 17.
I would like to say that I'm not trying to land particularly gracefully. Like, I'm happy to just go face first into the floor.
He got a 17.1.
Bastard.
So as he raises his hand and this fireball just shoots forward, Saren, you feel the searing as, bat fur is burnt. 12.
No, it doesn't. Your cloak's broken.
So, 12 points of damage. The first point knocks your bat out. And Saren, you take the other 11 fire damage. As you're back into your elvish form, you drop 15 feet from the ceiling, which does a d6.
Quite ungracefully for a graceful person.
And Saren, as you fall to the floor, I mean, I'll let you land in a superhero pose if you want, but
I'm going first into the ground, and I'm gonna be like, we're all friends, don't fire.
Friends?
Like her hands out, being like, I haven't stolen anything.
How did you get in the vault?
Oh, okay. There are creatures, the little gremlins from your story, the little shitheads with the 2 toes and the teeth, and they're like, ugh, those.
Empty your pockets.
I'm gonna start taking all of my stuff out of my pocket, and I'm gonna say, so there's a hole up there, and I'm gonna point to the roof that I came through, that those little monsters came through.
What are
And
some of the
I
things you
didn't-
empty out of your pockets, Sarah? I gotta know.
Incredibly sincere. She is like emptying her pockets. She's like, there's my dagger, there's my longbow, there's my I'm gonna take off my cloak, and I'm gonna like pull out my oh, I didn't realize I still had a pastry from the capital. That's getting a bit furry.
That's gonna be gross.
Like and she's gonna pull out like this teddy bear from the sewers, and she's like shaking out her boots, saying like, look, I didn't actually steal anything this time. You actually have the wrong person.
Give me a persuasion check.
And I have basically just socks and whatever I wear under my thieving clothes. Persuasion.
All right.
Oh my God.
You don't have to get naked. Just calm down. Okay. You said there was Grillick tracks?
Yes, lots of them. I followed them through the forest, climbed up the hill. I only know they're Grillix because there was one in the Magister's office. In the capital.
Grillix in the capital?
Well, only one. And I'm gonna start like putting all of like my like armor and my cloak and my boots back on. Oh my god. And they made a hole there. And that's when I decided to sit on the little thing. What did they steal?
The lodestone is missing, which is why I thought you stole it. It's not every day that someone else is in the vault when I come in.
Yeah, no, the monsters, the Grillix cracked a hole in your roof.
Why were you hiding? No, that window is there. Why were you hiding as a bat?
Because I don't like nature. So if I'm a bat, I can be out of like all of the grass and the dirt and the bugs and all that gross stuff.
He kind of looks around the vault, which is very clean. And he seems confused for a moment, and then the alarm bells start to ring as the person he had sent finally gets to the bells.
Oh, but the reason I'm a bat is so I could follow the Grillix through the hole.
I don't know what this means. They're not supposed to be able to... I knew I should have kept it with me instead of setting it in here. Come on, your friends are outside.
Can you just, like, please preface that I wasn't the one stealing them? I've got, like, I'm not going to say I am a thief. Well, can you just let them know I didn't actually do anything wrong this time?
Come, we will talk to them together.
Okay.
And he waits for you to leave first, having gathered all your things and redressed yourself. And as he leaves, he closes and locks the door behind him.
Does it sound like it latches and the bolt throws properly?
Yes, it does. It does sound like that.
Okay.
He walks behind you, but guides you along the way down the short hallway back out to the center of the chamber. And this is where we join back up with Kyrie and Kaylin as they look out over the lake.
Saren? Why are you with
What?
Dev Corpus?
It wasn't me. I didn't actually steal
The
anything.
alarm bells are going. Did you break in?
No, I was actually doing something good. I promise I didn't do anything bad. I told Malagos I wouldn't do any more stealing stuff for the time being, so I haven't been doing any stealing stuff. I was trying to be helpful and I was following, and like Saren's like rambling.
You realize that burglary, even if you don't take anything, is still a crime, right?
Please, your family squabble can wait. I don't believe she took anything. She emptied her pockets and let's just say she wasn't hiding anything. However, the lodestone has been taken.
Were you attempting to proposition Kev Corvus?
What?
Believes that I'm innocent because I'm the thief, and that means whenever anything bad happens, it's my fault.
Well, to be fair, you do sort of announce yourself with alarm bells.
You also chose that profession.
And stuck by it.
And you're still married to Kaylin after they leave you in by yourself for years. We all make mistakes in life. Can we just stay focused?
I don't call that a mistake.
It's okay,
But anyways,
you can call that a mistake.
You said what was missing?
The lodestone. The purple gem that the Silvari gave to us. It's supposed to help keep the bad emotions away and keep the Grillix from coming back and feeding off of those emotions. There's also some rare artifact that she asked us to protect, which apparently we have failed.
The Grillix have it.
Do you know where they are, Saren?
I lost them when I got into the vault, so I turned into a bat because I don't trust myself to climb up cliffs anymore.
Fair.
And I went through the hole in the vault where I saw the Grillix claw their way through, and when I got there, I flew down, saw that there was a cushion, and I sat on it. And that's when he walked in. He shot me!
You broke into a vault.
I mean, I respect it.
Yes, I feel I was very justified in what I did.
You also shot at a bat.
And fey creatures take all kinds of forms.
Anyway, the Grillix are the same things that we saw in the Magister's office. In the capital.
Okay, I still don't know what they look like, but the tracks that you saw before, yeah?
Yes, there
These
was lots
ones?
of them. Yeah.
Holding up a sketch.
Kev Corvus
got
kind of
big-
gives a sigh, and using the minor illusion spell, he creates a Grillic in his hand, and I do have the picture, I promise. Hold on. Yes, I do.
Yes, those, and they hurt when they attacked.
Ugly looking Pegrog, isn't he?
If Grillix have taken the lodestone, then this is not a good thing. For with it, the lodestone, from what I can tell, is that it is some kind of power source that amplifies magic. The Grillix and the Fae of the forest, they fight over access to the lake. I don't know if I should be telling you this. And he kind of pauses a moment and just kind of rubs his forehead.
If there is a problem and you need us to find something, then we are your people. We're really good at finding things. That being said, can you send what was his name? Robert? Robert to at least take Oscar somewhere where there's nothing flammable around.
I don't see why that is an issue, but yes, I can do something like that.
Thank you.
Listen, I will tell you this thing, but you must not tell anyone in the town.
Can we tell our party?
Yes, of course. Just the Fae from the forest protect the lake. The lake is where the dragon sleeps.
I've saw it before, yeah.
If the Grillic get access to the lake, they get the secrets of the Silvari. That cannot be allowed.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound good.
The Grillix can climb up cliffs and drill holes using their evil little claws.
Again, it was a window.
You came in through a hole in the wall that was a window. It just didn't have a pane of glass in it.
Why do you have a window in your vault? That's a really dumb thing to do.
It's for
Why
ventilation.
don't we see if we can find any clues? Because we don't want them to get too far.
We are supremely good investigators. Take us to the scene of the crime.
the temptation to run ahead and unlock the vault door is there.
It's there, is it?
Oh, it's there so much, Dumey.
Great, now we have 2 companies of detectives.
Listen, there's not much that can be done tonight. I suggest you all go back to your group, you get some sleep. I have a ritual where I can locate the lodestone because of my attunement to it, but it will take time. I suggest you rest, you get yourselves prepared, and before first light we will send someone for you.
We're staying at the Gentle Voice.
Okay, that sounds great.
Very well, very well.
As we're walking back to the inn, Saren's gonna turn to both of them as we're walking and say, I didn't take off all my clothes, just most of them. Do you know how many pockets I have? No one would trust me if I said, yeah, that's everything.
Saren,
socks have pockets.
I saw you turn your armor into something so scantily clad I nearly blushed.
That's not the point.
How many pockets could you possibly have if you were able to do that?
Magic. I conned a wizard into giving me magical armor.
Conned, huh?
Yes.
Wizards, clerics, conning them all.
I've only ever conned one person. Other than you guys into letting me stay.
So as you guys make your way back, you have the decision to make whether you tell your friends what's happened now or in the morning.
If they're awake, and, like, obviously awake, we'll try to tell them now. That way they know they better freaking.
No, because Malagoth will stress, and Malagoth currently is tapped out of spell.
Yeah, if they're sleeping, let them be, for sure. But if anybody's still down at, like, the bar or anything like that, the tavern...
No, it's pretty late. It's pretty late.
Okay, fair.
Do we want to check in with Oscar before,
We did delegate that to someone who knows what's going on, so...
Don't take this the wrong way, but, Robert didn't seem the brightest.
Well, we did make it very clear that funny smell and stuff is flammable, so hopefully at least that sticks in his brain. We've done the best we can because we definitely need rest because we're gonna have an adventure in the morning. Yay.
Can we never just get... I just want to get to Talon Reach so that I can find out who your family is, and then I can go home and not have to worry about stuff like this. At least be able to delegate stuff like this.
You've been in this long enough to know there is always 100 different things to do on our way to our main thing to do.
As Kaylin, Saren, and Kyrie are walking home, because it's about a 15-minute walk from the shrine back to town. With everything happening, this is about the time that Hawks pokes Malagos in the forehead.
Malagos!
You have to poke so hard? Ow, what? Ow. Hi.
Hi, yes.
What'd you
Shadow,
learn?
flame. Church not a big deal right now.
Oh. Slow down. Did you just say shadowy flame?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird because I've had a vision about that before.
The mighty Ixen said that there would have to be a choice I'd have to make about sacrifice. I don't know.
So what?
Sacrifice!
I heard you say that. A sacrifice for what?
I don't know.
Oh boy. Let me guess.
Gods always do. He pretty much just riddled my brain.
Bahamut was actually. I can't say anything. Bahamut was actually kind of clear this time. You said church isn't a big deal, right?
Church, not big deal right now.
Yeah. No, there's more pressing matter. My talk with Bahamut actually revealed that. Do you remember this? And she's gonna like dig through her backpack really quick and pull out the picture of the Keith of Turnock. This is what we need to worry about right now.
Oh jeez. Okay.
We've already lost one, but if we can find the others before they do, we might be able to stop this.
Hold on, we lost one already?
Did you forget what happened with the whole Star Spawn showed up after the tournament and about killed some of us?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's when they took one. Along with my sword.
Right. I thought you lost your sword by throwing it.
No! I slashed it into that giant creature's leg and I got stuck, and I either had to take the sword or save someone, and obviously I chose to save one of our party members.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit more important than a sword. I can always get the sword back, hopefully.
Here's for hoping.
Yeah. But, yeah, so apparently our gods are on the same path. Yeah, we gotta worry about these.
Also, I just want to say now, if the sacrifice has to do with one of you, I refuse. I will turn and get the deity for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He works in weird ways.
All gods do, but, very glad to know you would choose us. That could have some repercussions on you, because I don't think gods would take lightly to being turned down by their people. We'll deal with that when it gets there.
Something tells me he's already well aware that I would.
I feel like we should tell the others now, but I am so exhausted. I need sleep, and then I feel like maybe we can talk to the others about this, but
Let's go to bed and then we can discuss this tomorrow with them.
I'll at least stay up until Sarah gets back, and I hope to God she gets back soon.
You don't think she probably was up to stealing stuff again, do you?
No, she promised me she wouldn't.
Alright, well, I'm going to bed. Good night!
Sleep. I'll wait for Sarah.
Constitution check, Malagos. Okay. And how tired would you say Malagos is?
Like, she definitely wants to fall asleep within the hour.
Make it disadvantage then. Had to ask.
Do I fall asleep? Do I fall asleep waiting for Sarah?
Yes, you do. You fall asleep waiting for Saren. And as
I hope that's not.
But here's the question: does Saren go to that room, or does she decide to just room with Kyrie and Kaylin?
No, I would have crept into our room.
There would have been loud snores coming from the room. I'll tell you that right now.
Where has Malagos fallen asleep?
Oh, absolutely. She's
Where?
deep in it too. Her bed.
You were waiting for me trying not to fall asleep in your bed.
She was sitting on her bed, and then as she got more tired, she probably would have like just fallen to the side and like onto the bed and just eventually rolled.
Oh no! I see.
Onto the bed.
I see Saren walking in, seeing Malagos sitting up on the bed. Oh, Malagos! And I see you're still awake. I have to tell you all about this. And then, as Malagos reveals herself to be asleep, sitting on the bed. That's what I envision happening.
Oh, let's do it. That's great. Oh,
Sarah's going to mutter to herself, like sort of like carefully push Malagos onto the bed.
oh, she's easily pushed over. Does
Sarah's gonna take the blanket from her bed and put it over the top of Malagos,
Aww.
and then curl up on her bed in her cloak.
Hawks is just snoring obnoxiously, really loud. I mean, it might as well make the floor shake.
Not two snores. Oh, that's terrible. Why did we do this to Saren? She's gonna switch rooms.
And this is why Hawk sleeps in the water.
So he just make bubbles.
Do you smell through your gills?
Snore through your gills.
Maybe I do.
Okay, so it is 1:30 a.m. here. Everybody gets a long rest. So, we're gonna end for tonight, guys. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate everyone coming to see us. Remember, check out our socials, check out our Discord, join up. We're gonna have some interesting stuff going on there very soon. And remember, there's 20 sides to every story. Roll for your own. Have a good night, guys.